Assalamu alaikum. Okay. I'd like to welcome you to Mr. Quick's online video lesson.
You know, well, I can't say more. In other words, you're gonna get an F. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why play around? You're old enough. You know the difference between A's, B's, and the F's. Okay. Another thing that we noticed about the video is that there is a tremendous amount of communication going on between students with cell phones. Okay. I don't know what you do in your other classes, but somebody's sending somebody something every 5 seconds. That means that when you come into my class, I want the cell phones off. I do not want them on when you come in my class. And when I go back and check the video, when I hear some cell phone communication, and I'm going to know who class it was. Okay? So I want the cell phones off before you come in here. Okay? No problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. If you didn't read, you got a problem today, because I'm calling on you and I'm deducting 20 points. So here we go. Question? Someone got a question?
Are you going to choose this?
We're talking about this right now. Okay. All right, here we go. Miss Nawal, who's the author? Thank you. Oh, well, she took care of the hard stuff. Now we can talk about the easy stuff. What is the focus? What is the focus? What is the focus? It's like, why you didn't read it? It was an easy selection. You were sick. You were sick. Okay. All right. Who else was sick? You were sick too? Okay. And you were sick? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I feel a little sick myself. Oh, I do. Something I ate last night. I ate some cookies my wife made, but I ate them like 24 hours after she made them. Yeah. They were good though. Yes, Miss Mariam, you can tell us what the focus is. Why you didn't read it? Okay, all right. Yes. So y'all need to be trying to figure out who the group leader is going to be between that time. Whoa, look at this. Party time. Everyday use. This is the last selection of last week that we didn't get a chance to go over. We're going over it now. Let's talk about it. Here we go. Take out your notes. And like I told the last class, you're going to have to take my advice. My advice was back in September when we went over how to analyze literature. I asked you to take notes as you read whatever you are reading. And so, if you can't answer any questions in class, probably because you didn't take notes. And since we did this way last week and in scientific, chronological type, time estimations, when it comes to teenagers, last week was a couple of years ago. So, obviously you might not remember. That's why you got your notes, to remind you. So, without further ado, let's see. The hardest question is going to go to Miss Aya. Who's the author? Okay, here we go. Well, let's get down to the easy stuff. What's the focus, Fod? You didn't read it. Wow. I appreciate your honesty. I'm not going to save you, but I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. What's the focus? No. No. It's you. What's the focus? No, I need one. No, I don't want to philosoph. Not yet. I want the philosophical question answers when we talk about how the focus relates to selection. But this is like a scientific type one answer, A or B or C or whatever, if you were filling in the bubbles. In the back, way in the corner, The young man who decided to sit way in the back in the corner. What's your name again? I forgot. Is it? Can it be? Huh? I don't know. Muhammad. She said the author is Alice Walker. We know that. We know that. We know that. Is it author's perspective? Is the question. Hassan Magdi. Hassan Magdi. Do you know the answer to that question about the literature assignment that you were supposed to read? What is the focus? You don't know? Okay. No problem. All right. Well, let's move on. Okay. Yes. Whoa. Before we can get to that, we can do some background information. Mr. Asserhani. What? Yes.
A child was born for a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
She was the fifth children to her, and she was.
Okay, whoa. Hold that. I told you that the background information does not deal with things that are actually inside the selection. You remember I told you we can get all the information about the background. Remember? The left side of the first page, build the background. Everything you need. Yes. Give me some background information.
Woman movement.
You know something about the women's movement, something about the 1960s. Yes. Different racism. What else? Black pride. Okay, all right. I will accept that as satisfactory stuff. Okay. Well, you're not out the water yet. Almost. I need the focus. Is it conflict? So somebody said author's perspective. Who's right and who's wrong? How you know it's conflict? Huh? Okay, whoa. Slow down. It is conflict. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, now, what is conflict? What is conflict? Nobody? Raise your hand. Here we go. For 20 points. 20 points that may get deducted from your grade. I need someone to raise their hand. No, don't raise your hand. Yes. What is conflict? What is conflict? It's what? Just try. That's what I want you to do. Try. That's all I'm asking for. Try. What is conflict? Okay. Put your hand down. Let me explain something to you. I need for you to take notes while you read. The first thing in your notes should be the focus. At least, if you don't write anything else, you need to write the definition of the focus in your notebooks. Important. Because I'm going to tell you, I didn't tell you this before, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start giving pop quizzes. You'll come in here and you'll have some questions. It'll be sudden death pop quiz. 3 questions. Yes. You can make an A, you can make a D, or you can make an F. That's the pop quiz. Okay? So, be prepared. It can happen at any time for any selection. You have to be prepared. Sometimes I will let you use your notes. You know, hey, I'm a nice guy. Sometimes I will let you use your notes. But if you have nothing in your notes, it's 10B. 10B. What's the focus? Don't know. Okay. All right. I got an easy one for you. What's the day? You don't know the day? Okay. All right. Okay. Sit up. Sit like a princess. I'm thinking of princesses because my kid, they were watching Cinderella's cartoons. So, princess. Sit like a princess. Sit like a princess. Come on. That's not how princesses sit. There you go. I thought all young ladies want to be princesses like Cinderella and all that. Y'all don't want to be princesses? What's that about? Anyway, times have changed. Okay, yes, what's the focus? Oh! I don't know. Is it? What's the focus? Huh? Come on, come on. Confident. What's the... no, I called on you. What's the focus? You were absent. It's going to be a long quarter. I can see it now. We have a whole lot of stuff to go over. Whole lot. Barely enough time to do it. Barely enough time to do it. So that's going to pose a bit of a little tiny itty bitty problem when it comes to the exam, because I'm giving the same exam to everybody. So it might be in your interest to come to class on time so that you don't, get to a situation where you have to watch the lessons of somebody else's. Yeah, that might be a situation you might get in this quarter. Because, we're getting behind. What's the focus? Give us that one word. The word you were trying to say. Conflict. Did I tell you that conflict before? Yes, I knew what you were trying to say. Okay, here we go. All right, when we get to the other stuff. Let's get down to the good stuff. Should I prove it to you? Do I have to prove it to you? I told you that a long time ago when we went over the format of, analyzing literature. I told you that as you read, you should take notes. And you should note especially the items in the selection that relate to the focus. If the focus is conflict, and conflict is, you still don't want to write it? You don't want to write it? You don't feel like writing it? You don't feel like you want to write it? You still don't want to write it? Wow. Y'all got a pair of them. You got a pair of, okay. You wrote it? You wrote it? What, I'm in the Twilight Zone? You take notes. Most stories are built around a central conflict. There's always some some conflict going on. Especially in the soap operas. I don't know what they call them in Arabic, but soap operas, what they call them? Soap opera. The daytime soaps. They come on TV every day. They come on TV every day, and it's all about drama. No, it's called soap operas in them. Young and the Restless, As the World Turns. That's in America. Here, I don't know what they call them. What they call them here? The shows where the people be acting, and then the camera zooms in, and then the person, zoom in, and they be arguing. Everybody's always arguing. You know what I'm talking about? Oh. Yeah. What is it called? What is it called? They should come on every day. They come on every day. What they call? What? In America, they call soap operas. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. At any rate. Well, or struggle between opposing forces. Usually there is one central conflict in a story. Usually. But sometimes there could be multiple conflicts going on just to make the story interesting. Many stories, however, and like the one that you're going to write, like the Sand City, you're going to have conflicts going on. That's what makes it interesting. Have more than one struggle. Okay? Stories can involve two types of conflicts. Conflict. Give me an example of conflict. Okay, I'll give you an example of conflict. Let's say you're writing a story about Biting in a taxi. Yeah, I'm telling you. And he just riding in a taxi and riding in a taxi. You just mind your business. All of a sudden, this taxi driver stops and gets out of the car. And starts arguing with another person. Okay? Conflict starts. Yes. Yes. And then they start fighting and all of that stuff. You know, that's the conflict. Yes? You see this all the time in real life. Yes? We gotta, let's look at a selection that we had. What did we read last week? Give me a selection. One of the selections we had last week. I know we can't use the teacher one. Okay, another one. Everyday use. That's what we're talking about now. What? Celebration of grandfathers. What was the conflict in celebration of grandfathers? There was a conflict there. What was the conflict? He said it. Give me some information about Alice Walker. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. You've seen the cartoon before, right? All right, tell us about Alice in Wonderland. What's so funny? What's so funny? Tell us about Alice in Wonderland. You never seen Alice in Wonderland? You read the book? Okay, all right. Well, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Alice in Wonderland. Yes, Alice in Wonderland. She was a princess too, wasn't she?
She was following the rabbits.
She was from the rabbits. She was following the rabbits. Well, she could be a princess and follow rabbits. Was Alice in Wonderland? Was she a princess? She wasn't. She was just a regular person. Okay, all right. Okay. Tell us about Alice in Wonderland. Wait a minute. She was a lady. No, I'm gonna let her say. Tell us about Alice in Wonderland. You don't know about Alice in Wonderland? Okay, all right, Miss Rana Noor. To Alice in Wonderland. It's a cartoon. Okay, it's a cartoon. Okay, tell us about it. Tell us about it. You didn't watch it. Okay. Well, let me ask you this: did you read Everyday Use? Okay. Tell us about Alice Walker. Alice Walker. She had 2 daughters. Okay. All right. More information about Alice Walker. Where? Alice Walker had 2 daughters? In the story, she had 2 daughters. We want to know about the author who wrote the story. We want some information about her. Anything. What was written in this? About the author? No, because we have an understanding that we are to get information about the author, right? Yeah, so tell us about the author. Tell us about the author. Tell us about the author. African American. Tell us about the author.
She was born in February 1944.
Mm-hmm.
She was an African American novelist. She's most famous for the novel The Color Purple.
Oh, stop right there. That's my favorite movie.
For which she won.
Let's stop right there. That came on. I think it came on one of the channels here. The Color Purple. You seen it, Color Purple?
And she had
Wait a minute. If I can get that book, maybe we can make a project. We can read the book. That's one of the books I've been trying to get to. Or is it already on my site? Yes, Lord. I don't think we can do that book though. It's that nature. Okay.
accident.
Yeah.
Blinded her.
Yeah. She had an accident. Okay. Alice in Wonderland. No. Background information. Remember we said that's the information that is not in the selection. Yes, sir, Bob, for 10 points. Give us some background information. Oh. For 10 points, give us some background information. For 10 points, give us some background information. Oh, well. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you now. Let me see. Can I sit down for a minute and tell you? Can I sit down and tell you? Okay, let me sit down and tell you. Let me tell you. some of you, and I have to say it like this now, some of you started with an A+. Last week. This week, some of you have a B. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I used to do this. It's like getting on a skateboard when you're little, on your knees, going down a big hill. You got no brakes. Oh, the only thing that'll break you, your fall, are your knees. I used to mess up my knees. Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going down in the back. No, I'm behind him. Okay? Look, you started up here, now you're going down. All right, now, hey, look, it's up to you. And don't get upset in the corner. Mr. Quick gave me F, Mr. Quick gave me F. You know, no, you gave yourself an F. You gave yourself an F. If you don't read this quarter, you're going to make an F. You're going to give yourself an F if you do not read. Okay? Oh, you're thinking of another story. That's enough of that. What was the question? Easy. Okay. The conflict was that the younger generation. Okay, stop right there. Yes. That. No. Well, yeah. Then respect. I didn't listen, or you know, they're much different from the older generation. I'll make it even easier. What was the selection before that? How about Harrison Burger or whatever his name was? Yeah. What was the conflict in that story? That's an easy one. The conflict was they were trying to make everyone equal. Ah, okay. Everyday use. Don't tell me yet because I want to get into the selection, okay? External conflict, because you got two types. You got external conflict and you have internal conflict. External conflict is those forces that come from outside. Outside. Yes, outside. Those four. Like, for instance, you want to go to, I don't know, City Stars. But your mother says no. That's the external conflict, you know. No. Internal conflict is your friends want you to go to City Stars with them, but you know you have to stay home and do homework. So you have a conflict within yourself. You want to go with your friend, but you know you need this thing. You're having a conflict inside. Inside. Okay? All right? Internal, inside. External, outside. Internal. Okay? It's really easy. A character struggles against an outside force, your mama, such as nature, physical obstacles, or another character, your mama. Internal, the struggle takes place within a character's mind. I want to go, I should stay home. I want to go, I should stay home. I should stay home to read. Yes, often the character chooses between two courses of action. Do I get an F or a 0 on the assignment, or do I go have a good time with my friends? What do I do? Easy choice for my students. They say, I'm staying home. Yes? Yes? Okay. All right. Okay, now. Okay, let's move on. From the experts. Is it working today? Oh boy, I guess we won't hear from the experts today. Unfortunately. It's not working today. Okay. Okay. Is it? No. We need this. There you go. Okay, well. Oh! Wait a minute. I'm getting cheated here. Wait a minute. One moment. Let's see if we can't get it to work. We need to take a peek at this. All right, don't worry, because we don't worry, we'll come back to it. It's an excellent video. You've already seen it because you already went to the website and you saw all of the videos dealing with literature that I told you to take a look at. Remember, I told you to take a look at those videos. So nothing new. You already saw it. No big deal. Here we go. How does the focus relate to the selection? Here we go. Now, this is... Oh, look at that. Saved by the bell. Yes. Civil rights. Okay, here we go. That's all we need. And that kind of coincides with our video series. The one we can do. Okay, that's good. Okay, now. We did that. No more of that. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. To the good stuff. All right. What is the focus? Conflict. Yes. What is conflict? Go ahead.
Struggle.
All right, I'm trying to get this last class because there's something that come on TV every day, almost every day. Come on, every day, and it's all about conflict and drama. No, it's a whole. It's in America we call them soap operas, Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, stuff like that. Here I don't know what they call them, but I see them all the time. I see people watching them around the huddle at the corner store. You give them the money, like they take the money. What do they call? What do they call? What do they call? Because that's how they do in America. If there's soap operas on, nobody hears you when the soap opera is on. What do they call it? They call it soap operas here? You know what I'm talking about? Come on, like every day. Come on, every day it's all about conflict and drama and stuff is going on. What is it called? Yeah, what is it called in there? Huh? Masasa. Yes, okay. It means so. Does it mean soap opera? What does it mean?
No, it's
kind of like a soap
means
opera.
an
It's an African, different culture.
Yeah, okay. But it's the same thing, but it's a lot of conflict. Always a lot of conflict going on. Somebody doing something and blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay. When you're thinking about conflict, think about the Masasa. Yes. Think about it. When an episode? Okay, okay. It's all about drama. So you can get that. Here it is. You don't want to write it down? You don't want to write it down? You don't want to write it? You don't want to write it down? You don't want to write it down? You don't feel like writing it down? Okay, conflict. Most stories are built around a central conflict. Somebody did something to somebody, or somebody's doing something to somebody, or somebody is somebody. Okay? Yes. Or struggle between two opposing forces. Let's take your mama, for instance. Often that becomes an opposing force based on what it is that you want to do that particular day. It's a Saturday and you want to go to City Stars. Right? She says no. That's the opposing force. Yes. Usually there is one conflict in a story. You want to go to City Stars. Yes? On a Saturday. Beautiful Saturday. Here we go. Many stories, however, have more than one struggle. Stories can involve two types of conflict. Let's change your story. Your story has more than one struggle here. Not only is your mama telling you no, but you are also saying no to yourself. Why? Because you have to read Mr. Quick's selection. So your friends are saying, come on, but inside you're saying, no, I can't. I want to go, but I can't. I want to go, but I can't. It's called internal conflict. I want to go, but I can't. So now you got your mama saying no, but you can convince your mama. You can do something. Now wash the dishes or something. She'd be so happy. She'd say, go, But inside it's still a conflict. You have to fight against yourself. And I hope that you've been doing that. Muhammad Ali. Yes? Yes? You know that Muhammad Ali? Okay, all right. All right. He was all about doing, accomplishing great feats. Like reading the selection. So, Muhammad Ali. All right. Okay, tell us about internal conflict. Yes? You don't know? Okay. Very interesting. No, that's too easy. I'm not going to give it to you. Okay, at any rate, let's get both of these down. We need to know the two types of conflicts, okay? External, outside conflict. Internal, inside, inside, inside. External, outside. Okay? Does anyone not get that concept? Internal, inside. Okay, here we go. It doesn't work, so we can't watch it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. But you already saw all the videos in the literature section. You saw all those videos, right? Videos on setting, conflict, blah, 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 blah. You saw all of those videos, right? Most of them. Okay, I told you to take a look at those, you know, I told you, see, you know, there used to be a time, and you know, and I have to say this because I had a student many years ago who would come to class overly prepared, would have done everything. It just is like, I can't even tell the story. Well, look at that, you missed Mr. Quick's story. Okay, well, I'll tell it next time. Read. If you didn't read this everyday use, then you need to read it.
Tell you what, the person who believes that this wasn't set up by our own government is an idiot.